Hi, and welcome back to another car conversation on this beautiful yet cold Motivational Monday right here in the DMV where I'm sitting. It's currently 32 degrees, so it's cold outside and it's a little windy. So if you have to go out, please dress in layers. Make sure you're warm. If you get too warm, you can always take things off. But if you come out and you're not warm enough, you can't add extra because you're not in the house anymore. And if you don't have to come out, just stay behind in the house, okay? Because it's cold. Now, let's jump right on into today's topic, which is healing your story. Past, present, and future peace. This is week 2 of the Advent season, and this is all about peace. So some of us are physically in the present, and hear what I'm saying. Let me say it again. Some of us are physically in the present, but emotionally living in the past. Can I put a pin right here? Too many people, they get up every day and they operate in the present. But emotionally, they are still living in the past. They're still worried about that person that hurt them, that did them wrong. They're worried about the person that they hurt maybe or did wrong, or whatever that thing is. Emotionally, too many people are stuck in the past, but they're physically present in the now. So today, let's talk about finding peace, not just where you've been, but where you are and where you're going. I have 3 points to share with you, an affirmation. I promise I'll let you be. Number 1, the past, release and reframe. You can't change what happened, but you can change what it means to you. I think I'm gonna say that one more time. You can't change what happened, but you can change what it means to you. Your past was a teacher, not a prisoner. And healing begins when we stop rehearsing pain and start rewriting meaning. I want to unpack this one just a little bit. So you cannot heal when you constantly allow your mind to rehearse the pain that you've already gone through. It could be the pain of a lost relationship, a lost job, a lost situationship, a lost home, a lost car, the loss of a loved one, to be quite honest with you. But when you keep rehearsing that pain, meaning every day you allow yourself to relive that pain, your healing can't begin because you keep rehearsing it. That's the problem. So when you begin to let it go and start rewriting the meaning of whatever that thing was that happened, that's when you begin to heal. See, when I'm going to take the loss of a loved one, when you keep rehearsing the pain of losing a loved one, and I know that is a devastating thing because we all have lost loved ones, but when in order to heal, let me say that, you've got to rewrite it and give it new meaning. You can say, well, Aunt Betty Jean had been suffering with whatever she had been suffering with for years. Imagine her pain and discomfort that she felt that she didn't tell anybody about. You keep reliving the pain of her passing away and not thinking, well, you know what? She's in a better place now. She's not hurting anymore. She doesn't have to live with limited movement or just being in constant agony and pain all day, every day long, while you went along with your life and not having to experience that. You just wanted her here, not thinking she was ready to go because she was tired. So when you start to rewrite the meaning of why Aunt Betty is not here, you can begin to heal. When you begin to write the meaning of why that job let you go, you can heal and move on. And here's the thing, some of y'all done left a job that no longer wanted you, and you on job number 2 or 3, and you still reliving the hurt from that job number 1 that let you go. So we've got to start doing that. And forgiveness is not approval, it's freedom. I've talked about this before. Forgiveness is not approval, it is freedom. And I'll say it again. When you forgive something or someone, you don't have to go and say, hey, I just want you to know I forgive you. You don't have to do that. Forgive them in your heart, because it frees you, it frees me, it frees us. But as long as you carry around that hatred, that bent up stuff that you're carrying around, you will never heal. And here's the thing, the people that you don't want to forgive, they moved on with their lives. They're enjoying life. They're not thinking about you. They are enjoying life. So forgive people for you, not for them. And here's a quote: you deserve better, but you also deserve peace. That person that did you wrong, you deserve better, but you deserve peace as well. So just remember, as you go looking for better, ask God to give you peace as well, because God can give you better than what you had and still not, and you still not have peace because you've yet to ask for it. Number 2, the present: acceptance plus awareness. Peace lives in the now, not in what should have happened or what might happen. I'm going to say that one more again because somebody in the back of the room missed it. Peace lives in the now, not in what should have happened or what might happen. There is no peace when you keep reliving what should have happened or you stress out about what might happen. There's no peace there. That's just chaos and strife. There's confusion. So if you want peace, sweetie, you've got to live in the now, not what should have happened or what might happen. Because at the end of the day, you can't control what might happen. What might happen because you have no control over that. So why stress about something that you can't change anyway? And what should have happened, you can't change that either. So why are you stressing about that? Slow down, breathe, be here. Let me say it again. Slow down, take a deep breath, exhale, and just be here. Practice gratitude daily. It shifts your perspective. I don't know about you, but I am grateful every day. And every morning I wake up and I have my quiet moment with God. I say, Lord, I am grateful for, and I begin to run off the laundry list. It doesn't matter if I give God that same list every single day. I am grateful, and I want him to know that I am grateful. I take nothing for granted. Last October, I had my last seizure, October the 12th. I had a medical emergency on my way to get my nails done. And I hadn't eaten that morning. And so my mindset says I need to get to my nail appointment because I like to get my nails done. And I'll get something to eat when I'm done because I didn't want to be late. And so in doing that, my priorities, number one, weren't together. And I ended up having a medical emergency. And I ended up in a car accident, totaling my car. But I said all that to say that I am grateful because when I looked at that car, it was smashed in so many different ways that it is a wonder that I am still here to talk to you all. So if you think, well, what am I grateful for? Baby, you grateful for just waking up. I'm grateful for having walked away from that car accident and nobody got hurt, myself and the other driver included. I'm grateful for having a job. I'm grateful for having my mom and dad still here with me. My dad just celebrated his birthday last week on the 3rd. I'm grateful for having my grandmother, my Granny Mary, who turned 103 in May, which is my dad's mom. I'm grateful for my family, my friends. I'm grateful for God allowing me to wake up every morning with life, health, and strength. I'm grateful for so many things that I don't even have time to unpack it all. So this is why it's important that we practice gratitude every day. And when you practice gratitude every day, it definitely shifts your perspective. Especially when you say, Lord, you know what? I really need this. I really need that. I really need the other. And then you're out and about and you see a homeless person that's walking around wearing a trash bag under their clothes because they have no underclothes. And their hair is matted. The blanket that they have over them looks like it should have been washed 10 years ago. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I said that to say this. When you get ready to complain about what you don't have and what you need, you think about that man or that woman or that child that's sleeping out on the street right now or later on tonight, that has no roof over their head, they don't know where their next meal is coming from, that'll be searching through trash cans around restaurants trying to find food. So if you say that you don't know what you can be grateful for, you have a lot, because you have more than them. And you may say, yeah, but Michelle, I thought I would be further along. And y'all forgive me for going off on a tangent because I can't stand ungrateful people. And you have some people that say, well, I want the big house, I want the fancy car. Well, guess what? Be thankful that you have a roof over your head. Be thankful that you have that Toyota Camry or that Honda Accord that you're driving. So what, you don't have the Lexus or the BMW, you have a vehicle. Because there are plenty of people on public transportation that have no vehicle. Now let me get back to my notes. Ask yourself, what is God teaching me in this season? I really want you to ask yourself that question, because we're getting ready to go into a whole new year in a few weeks. So I want you to ask yourself, what is God teaching me in this season? And here's your reminder: you can't be present for blessings if you're busy reliving battles. I'm going to say that one more time. You can't, I can, we can't be present for blessings if we're too busy reliving battles. It'll be in the notes, y'all. Check the description box. And number 3, last but not least, the future. Trust and vision. Your future is waiting for you to walk into it boldly. I don't know about you, but come January 1st of 2026, I'm walking into it boldly. I am walking into it knowing that God is going to send down blessings upon blessings upon blessings that I may not have room enough to receive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whatever you do, walk into it boldly. And then release control. Replace worry with trust. That was hard for me, because I'm one of these people. I'm an Aries. I like to be in control. Not necessarily of other people, but over me and my life. And I realized that I had to release that control, because I really was not in control. I thought I was, but God ultimately is in control. And then you have to replace the worry with trust. I don't worry about anything. I don't worry about anything or anybody, because I trust God. I trust that God has my back even when man fails me. I trust that God knows my comings and my goings. He knows where I'm going to be this time tomorrow and what I'll be doing and saying. I trust God, so I don't have to be in control. And then set goals, but don't idolize timelines. I have a vision book. I set goals weekly, monthly, and for the year. But you can't idolize the timeline that you set for yourself. Why? Because your timeline is not the same as God's. And you can set a timeline and say, I want to do this in this time and that time and the other. And God says, okay, we're going to do all of that, but we're not going to do it the way you set it up. So don't idolize the timeline that you set for yourself. Just know that God is ultimately in control, and his timeline will never be the same as yours. And then God goes before you. Your steps are ordered. Always know that God goes before you. Do you know that God meets you at your job every morning and your steps are ordered? And so you don't have to worry about what you're going to go into when you get to work. Now, some of y'all do, I don't. But I know that God goes before me. God goes before me if I'm on my way to the grocery store. When I leave here, I'm going to go grab me a late lunch. And I know that God is already going before me, and he's going to meet me wherever it is that I choose to go and eat. And your steps are ordered. So here's your affirmation. Tell yourself, my future holds peace, provision, purpose, and promise. Can I say that again? My future holds peace, provision, purpose, and promise. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that every single day until you truly believe it. See, I believe it. I truly believe it. And here's your takeaway. You are allowed to grow beyond who you used to be. You are allowed to enjoy today without regret, and you are worthy of a future full of joy. Can I say that one more time before I let you be? You're allowed, I'm allowed, we are allowed to grow beyond who you used to be. Who you used to be is not who you are. Now, in some cases, some of you are, but that's okay, because you're growing, and you're allowed to enjoy today without regret. Enjoy today without the regret of things that you didn't do, the things that you did that you shouldn't have done. Leave that regret alone. We're not doing that anymore. And then you're totally worthy of a future full of joy. You are worthy. I am worthy. We are worthy. Even the people that we can't stand, the people that we just, they just make our flesh crawl when we think about it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But even those people are worthy of joy. Maybe not in our eyesight, but in God's sight, they are worthy of joy. You know why? Because everybody deserves another chance. You notice I didn't say a second chance. I said another chance. Because some of us have messed up Not some of us. We all have messed up multiple times. So that's why I like to tell people, no, God is giving you another chance, not a second chance. A second chance would be if you messed up in that relationship and that person says, okay, I'm going to give you a second chance. But if you mess this up, I'm out. That's different. God gives us another chance because we will mess up because we're humans. But he gives us another chance. But the whole thing is, I want you to take away from today's video the whole premise of peace. Peace can be yours. Peace is mine. It is a right that we have. But if you don't change the way you think, the way you act, the way you live, the things that you do, the places you go, you are not going to find that peace. And until you put your full trust in God, you're not going to have peace. I've shared before how there have been times when I say, okay, Lord, I trust you. However, I'm going to handle this one because I need this to turn out the way I need it to turn out. And God, I believe, sits back with his arms folded and said, okay, look at her. I'm going to let her go and do this. And then when it doesn't work out, I believe he said to me, now see what I said? See what I've said in my word? Let me work. Let me do what I do. And you sit back and just be blessed. Y'all, that's it. That's all I have. May God's peace and blessings be upon you as you go throughout the rest of this day, the rest of this week, the rest of this month, the rest of this year, and into the years to come. Peace is yours. Peace is mine. Or I should say, it can be yours and mine, but we've got to do our part. I love you all to the moon and back. There's nothing you can ever do to change it. As a matter of fact, I love you too much to let you stay the way you are, which is why I pour into you 3 times a week, because I really want you to know that I love you, God loves you, and I am here to inspire and motivate and encourage you to be the best you possible. The best is yet to come. But if you don't realize it, it's not coming. If you're new to my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And make sure you come back on Wednesday for another video. Love you all. My other half is staring at me, so let me wrap this up. We'll talk again on Wednesday.